welcome back, and as always, it's great to be doing another episode for you in this inspiring series called Get Inspired, Stay Inspired. And if you're new, thank you for joining me, and feel free to subscribe right away if you're here for the first time. And for those of you who are joining me as faithful fans, it's lovely to have you here. And yeah, it's a great day as always when I decide to get my camera out and do some recording for you. As I said, for those of you who are new, this series is to inspire you by sharing some of my channeled writings and works, which are definitely very inspirational. And for those of you who've been following along in the series, I think you'll find they're very empowering as well. And that's kind of what I love to share about them. And if you're just coming in right now, it's probably a big leap towards what we've been doing and what we've been achieving so far. So take some time out to have a look at my previous episodes, and you'll definitely get up to speed. And if you haven't got time to do that, doesn't matter. It's great to have you here. And yeah, I'm just going to bomb ahead as always. But yeah, the purpose of these videos is to get me to share what I do in a way that will empower and inspire you. Now, that's kind of like, oh, okay, so she's going to empower me and da-da-da-da-da. You know, what has she got to say? But we work together, we do. You know, this requires us kind of taking our time to work things out, work things through, and to work together as a group or as a team, so to speak. Because a lot of what I share comes from, I would say, new thought, in terms that what came through my writings is something that I wasn't even expecting or I never knew. So sharing that is kind of like new thought. Now, some things may resonate with you, and they certainly did with me, and other things may be, oh, I didn't realize that, or oh, you know, you have to kind of open up and be willing to listen and open yourself up to some of the things I may be sharing. Now, the reason for me sharing them is we tend to say we want to change our lives, we tend to say we want to do something about it, but a lot of what we do is on a very surface level. And I've explained to those of you who are kind of hardcore followers, I've explained in a much deeper way that things that take place on a soulful level are more powerful, more enduring, more long-lasting than they are when they just take place on a surface level, with your mind and on the surface of what's going on in your life and going on around you. If you can instigate change on a deeper level, on a soulful level, then that change becomes enduring, because the soul is a very, very powerful support mechanism that you can utilize in your life, that can support you in everything you do and in everything you wish to do or to attain or to achieve in your life. The soul is an integral part of that process. Now, you've probably discounted it in many ways, and I don't blame you, because I never, ever, ever thought about the soul as playing this type of role in my life until I started doing these channeled writings, and I started to interpret them, and I started to understand them, and that's when a lot of things fell into place. And so if you've kind of thought, well, I'll deal with my soul kind of at the end of my life. No, 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 no. Deal with your soul now. Get to know it now. Don't leave it till you're virtually on your last legs. Get to know it now so it can play an important and integral role in your life. That's one of the discoveries I came across and discovered through my writings. The soul is there as part of your life journey to support you, to mentor, to guide you on a soulful level or on an energy level. And don't forget that your mind does still play an important part in your life and an important part in this whole process. And I will go on to sort of share more of that as we talk about this particular passage. But don't forget that the connection between you, your soul, and your mind is a very, very powerful one, especially if you want things to manifest for you physically on the physical realm, or if you want to call it in your physical life and into your material life or what you have around you. And the three must work in unity and in tandem. If you go off on a tangent by utilizing one or the other, you know, independently, that's when things start to go wrong. That's what I discovered. We are a unique partnership, and if you want to keep that lovely balance going on in your life and you want things to become aligned and balanced for you, then you are going to have to try and understand your soul, get to know it a lot better, because it is going to help you balance out all the things that need balancing. And please believe there are numerous things in my life that need balancing, and no doubt there are numerous things in your life that need balancing. So let's see if we can work together and get some of those things balanced. Now, today's passage is another interesting one, and I am always blown away by some of the things that I kind of feel are being shared or, you know, implied through these written works. And, you know, it's easy to just read them as words. And I always encourage my viewers, my listeners, my readers to say, you know what? These words are for the soul within you, okay? So when I read them, you need to be prepared to view them on a soulful level and understand them on a soulful level. How do I understand these things on a soulful level? Well, I'm going to show you that, because for some reason, I seem to be able to do that. And I don't know why, and I don't know how. But when I read them, I always kind of get the deeper meanings, and I want to teach you how to do that. Even though I said I don't know, I understand that through a process of just tuning in to my soul, I kind of already begin to feel and sense something powerful being shared to kind of support and guide you by what you are reading or hearing or listening. So let's see what today's one is. Okay, today's one is called Arrive on Time. That's the title I chose for it. And the passage says simply, my will and determination always arrive on time, just when I need them the most. Now, that's a pretty simple passage, but it's kind of a little bit like an affirmation, isn't it? It's like you are affirming to yourself, although it's kind of not written in affirmation type. This, I would say, is kind of like one of my soulful affirmations, because you're telling your soul that your will and determination always arrive on time, just when you need them the most. Now, this is an important thing to say to yourself on a soulful level. You simply repeat the words and say them in a way that you try to, you can shut your eyes if you want, but say them in a way where you try to allow the words to resonate with your soul on a soulful level. Don't just read it and say, oh, yeah, that's my mind. Okay, says my will and You don't want to read these words or these writings in this way. You can, and there's no harm in that. Obviously you can. I mean, you know, how you want to read is up to you, how you want to read. But the purpose of this series is to just encourage you to tune in on a deeper level and read them on a more soulful level. So you're kind of saying the words to your soul like you're speaking to your soul, and your soul is beginning to understand that you are trying to build that connection with it. You are trying to create some unity, to create some solidarity, if you like, between you and your soul. Now, why is that important? That is important because, as I've always said to you, the soul has more power in what it has to achieve, not just universally, but in your physical life. It has more power and understanding about your physical life, believe it or not. Where you're headed, what your destiny and purpose is. It knows all that information. That information is already an integral part of your soul. It knows you better than you know yourself. Yes, it does. You think, oh yeah, but how does your soul has journeyed with you for ever since your energy existence. It has journeyed with you. And now you're in the physical existence. It's just transformed with you. It's transitioned and transformed. Obviously, in my Soul Whisperer book, I go into a lot of detail. So those of you who are brave enough to read all of that, you're welcome to do so. But if not, follow along with me in this series, and more and more and more will be revealed. But what my writings told me was this process of transition and transformation. And, the soul's transformation with you into your physical form means that you are not alone as part of this journey. So even if you think you are, you're not alone. And I'm talking about regardless of if you have people around you or surrounding you or as part of your life, independently, just you on your own, there is that integral aspect to your soul that is very strongly connected and aligned with you. And all you need to do as part of your life and as part of this process is to tune and tap into that as strongly as you can, as more powerfully as you can, because the sooner you do that, the more you're enlightened, the more clarity you're given, the more you are opening doorways, you are carving out new pathways to get to the destiny or the destination that you want to achieve. So that was a little ramble on about, the soul. But let's take a look at this passage. Will and determination. Now, in order to achieve anything, okay, you must have the will and determination to do so. Now, you may say, oh gosh, but I don't have much will and determination. Trust me, when you say to your soul, my will and determination will always arrive on time, then it will. And it will come to you. Whether you believe it or not now, you can just trust me when I say that it will, because you've imparted these words to your soul on a soulful level, and your soul is now going to reciprocate and make sure that happens for you, because it knows you've opened the doorway now to telling it that your will and determination will always arrive on time, and it will make sure that your will and determination is supplied and provided to you at any given time, especially when you need it the most. Isn't that powerful? When you need it the most. In other words, I can call on the soul's support. I can call on the soul's powerful, powerful energy to support me and guide me in my time of need. And it will, even if I don't have any will and determination in my head or my heart, if I don't feel I have that, I have nothing to worry about, because I know it will be found, it will be discovered, it will evolve and come to me in my time of need. Why? Because you have declared it so to yourself on a soulful level. Your soul knows these words are powerful, and it will be ready, trust me, at the given time, at the given moment, it will be ready to give you the will and determination and the support beyond your will and determination. It will be there to give you whatever you need from it to support you at the given time. Now, some of you may say, well, hang on a minute. If I've got this connection built with my soul, how does that fit into my belief systems? How does that fit into, a higher, aspect of, some sort of higher power in my life? How does that fit into? Well, I'll tell you how it fits in, and it fits in very easily. Because if you consider your soul as being on an energy level or interconnected on an energy basis, then you know right away that your soul is connected to that higher power or higher being or higher source that you have sort of felt is a greater part of your life and exists as well. So, you are connecting to that higher source or that higher power. Not in a way that says, now I'm building a soulful connection, I can ignore all that. No, you don't have to. You can do whatever you want. That's the truth. But if you're saying, oh gosh, I don't want to give up one for the other, then you don't. Combine them. Strengthen that unity that you have. Strengthen that belief system that you believe in. Strengthen it by understanding the strong connection you have with your soul. I mean, have you ever thought of it in this way? I mean, I think I mentioned this in one of my books. You have to see your soul as being almost like a kind of a router. You know what I mean? In other words, if you are, say, the computer and you are trying to connect to the World Wide Web, everything needs to go through your router to connect to the cloud, to connect to the World Wide Web, to connect to the internet and be connected to all the things that are available on the internet, the people you chat to, all the sort of social media stuff you're integrated with. Think of it like that, and it becomes really logical and obvious how important the soul is. Now, maybe I've kind of simplified it by saying your soul is like a router, but some people will get that. Some people say, yeah, I get what she means now. I hope this explanation helps. I think I did mention it in one of my books, actually. So if you come across that when you read one of my books, this is what I'm talking about. Soul is so important. It just is. And I just find it hard to comprehend how dismissive we are as part of humanity, how we are so dismissive of the soul and its presence in our life. Now, listen, I was like you. I didn't know a thing about all of this. I didn't know a thing. If it hadn't been for me doing these channeled writings, I still wouldn't know, because nobody's taught it, except what I'm teaching now. So, it's like great to uncover this and say, wow, I'm uncovering it, but I can now teach it. Because uncovering it was like a jigsaw puzzle. I think I did say in a previous episode, it was like trying to connect the Da Vinci Code together kind of thing, because it was like all this information all scattered around and I had to look at it and piece it together. And doing so has helped me to bring clarity to what this wording or information was and what it was trying to say as it was coming through. So I've kind of done all the hard work for you guys. I've done the hard work in sharing it. I've made it simple and easy. I must admit, if you do get round to reading The Soul Whisperer, you will find it a tough read, because it's my channeled writing. Certainly for part 2 and part 3, in the raw form. Okay, it's not my story. My story is my story, but the part 2 and the part 3 of the book are channeled writings in raw form. Some people have found that easy, some people haven't. But I've said previously, I'm putting together a simplified version. But in this video series, I'm simplifying it for you so that, you know, you get it instantly. And as I piece it together and I share it with others, you will find it very easy to share with others too. And that, I guess, is you know, the whole concept behind, you know, being able to share and teach in a simplified way that allows you to share and teach others, or share some of these concepts that have come through that I'm sharing with you. So hopefully, you know, we will get there. Remind me in the next episode, or I need to remind myself, if not, put it in the comments or something. Remind me to talk about a very simplified way, which I shared with my daughter to try and help her understand a lot of things. And I'll come, if I don't do it in the next episode, it will be coming up. Trust me, we are going to get there about this. Thank goodness I've reminded myself about it. Okay, so listen, will and determination. You must never feel you are without will and determination. If you feel you are, you have no personal will, no personal determination to see something through, to see an objective through, to see a goal through, to see you transform your life into where you are now, to where you want to go, and you feel you have no will and determination to do that, trust that the soul will provide it for you. It will. It is there to do so. Tap into its knowledge and wisdom in the way that I've said, and I'll be sharing more about how to do this. Tap into it, let it work for you. Make sure you listen and make sure you act on whatever it tells you to do in a sort of, in a way that you feel, this is right. I've listened. I've heard what it's saying. I understand it. And what did I tell you in the previous episodes? I said to you, your intuition is the language of the soul. When you get intuitive thoughts, when you get intuitive guidance, you're listening to what your soul is saying. It's as simple as that. You are listening and you are receiving the messages that are being told or shared with you when you receive it intuitively. If your mind is saying, do this, do that on a mindset, then that's your mind, okay? When it's intuitive, a little whisper, a little flick here. Ooh, wow, I realise now I need to do this. You're listening to your soul. So keep that up, okay? And don't forget to stay positive and keep that will and determination going throughout your life, okay? On a soulful level, this is not going to be like, oh, I can do it today, I can do it tomorrow, next week, a month. This will be enduring and long lasting once you start working on those connections, okay? So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. There's so much more I've got to share with you. I'll tell you what, more and more kind of comes to me to share with you as we go along. It's amazing. Like, you know, I think I'm just going to talk about this passage, but as I'm doing so, it's like things open up and I say, oh, I got to share this. Oh, I got to share that. You know, it's like being in a candy store and saying, I see, I've got to share this. And I have so much to share. And I really do want to get it out there. And I really do want to support you, achieve your goals, achieve your destiny and your purpose. And I want to help you uncover them as well. Because, you know, chugging along, I've uncovered mine and I've got a long way to go. But I also want to help you uncover yours. And we're holding each other's hands. We're doing it together and we're going to definitely make inroads I'll make inroads in my life, you'll make inroads in your lives. What a fantastic partnership, eh? Hey! So, thanks so much for joining me. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe. If you are part of a regular viewer and you're subscribed already, don't forget to stick a thumbs up and share this video or share this podcast with those you know and love, and let's grow this channel and share more love and wisdom and knowledge between us on a soulful level. That'd be so exciting, won't it? It's like, is this happening? You know, I just started off with one episode and I'm doing more and more and more, and it's just growing. I feel so fantastic to do it. Oh, I'm going to make sure I leave lots of information in the description, and please feel free to share your comments below and let me know, you know, just share as much as you can, how you're progressing, what you like, what you don't like, how you feel things are going. Remember, I'm just winging things along the way. I'm just doing me and sharing things in my own way. Maybe later on there'll be more structure and more kind of but for now, I'm winging it. I'm being myself. I'm doing my own thing, and I hope you like it, and I hope you like that I can be myself. I feel great just being myself and having you as my audience and you being there with me. I just feel so cool about it, and I wouldn't have it any other way, okay? So, yeah, thanks so much for watching. If you do feel you would like to support me and take things that little bit further, then feel free to check out my Patreon page, because I would love to have your support, because with your support, I can do this more and more. I can grow my channel and share more knowledge and wisdom with you along the way. So thanks so much for joining me. Listen, I better go now, okay? You have a fantastic day. Love and light, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for being a part of this journey with me, okay? Take care. Bye for now.